Is it 6:50? 6:59. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. Okay, go live. We'll go live. Are we live? We'll go for it. Good evening.
Good evening.
And welcome to Chinwag number 208, titled Keep On Keeping On, #Coco. It is a famous Curtis Mayfield song, and it's just a famous saying in general, keep on keeping on. I think it's quite relevant right now. Would you not say, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep on keeping on, though, do you?
No.
No.
Far from it.
Far from it, yeah.
Far from it.
What a week, eh? What a week. It's just been, it's just another week, isn't it?
Yeah.
But this is, I suppose at the moment, this is where our Friday night chat comes in for us, where it's that small release. We were saying, like, we don't really get Zoom calls with family.
I think it's because we're quite antisocial.
Yeah.
If anyone knows us, like, personally,
we're not,
right?
Yeah.
We are just, like, we're like the worst, aren't we?
We're just not good people. We like, so we, and we're our own worst enemies in that respect. But we don't really get like Zoom calls with the fam, and like, you know, people like, you see people like having drinks and eating their dinners together over Zoom and stuff, and that's like so alien to me.
Yeah.
You know, so this is our version of a Zoom call with you guys in the chat, except we don't want you to come on and talk to us like face to face. We're happy with you just being in the chat, and we'll just talk at you. So that's our version of a Zoom call to get through this. And other than that, we just talk to each other lots, don't we, honey?
Yeah.
So yeah, that should give you a vibe of the chat going forward. So let's go in and say
it might be a little bit moany and a bit whingy today.
Who knows? We just don't know where it will go. We just don't know. Let's go into the chat and say a few hello, and we will see what people are saying. Hopefully everyone can see and hear us okay. It should be all working a-okay though. Antoinette Daly was the first in.
Hello.
Hi Antoinette. We have got Diane. Thank you for popping in, Diane. Nespresso says all well. Hello all. Are we well? We are all well. Yes,
yeah.
We are all well as we can be.
Yeah.
Anomalous Data Point says great profile inset photo. What a good looking couple. Yeah, that was just pre-corona. That's exactly what we looked like. Don't go.
No, that was taken. He's lying, right? That photo was taken like 10
years
ago.
Well, it's still technically
maybe 12.
Technically still pre-corona, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sure it's.
Yeah,
like,
it's 10 to 12 years
ago.
Yeah. It's still pre-corona,
that's
isn't it?
Quite a long time.
We're still pre, isn't it? So doesn't that count?
It's a nice photo.
It's a nice photo, yeah. Yeah, we look lovely in it.
Yeah. It was a good day as well.
It was a good day. Welsh Wonder Nia, thank you for popping in. Stu Mandry has popped in as well. Thank you, Stu. Appreciate it. We've also got Michelle Lathan. Thank you for popping in, Michelle. Hope you're enjoying your day or night, whatever it is, wherever you may be. Lincoln Seller, Fritz Stell. Did you check your PayPal account today? Seems to be a bank glitch. Well, last night I was up till quite late. Don't judge me, but doing my self-assessment tax return. I'm one of those people that if you give me like a longer date, I will take the longer date. So I'm actually kind of proud of myself that despite them extending the date, I did it like now. Whereas
it's still, you know, technically.
It's still but they extended it.
Late.
No, they extended it till the end of the month, didn't they, or something? Have they not extended it till the end of the month? I can't remember. They've extended, you know, you'll still have to pay the interest and everything but they've gotten rid of the penalty. You know, they charge you like £100 if you don't.
It doesn't mean you should go over the date.
What I didn't, did I? Well, I mean, like I went over.
No, but you technically have like the official date.
I went over the official date, but you got to give me. I'm not gonna just do it because they're like, you know, I didn't have to do it.
Do you know what? Oh, you.
But I thought you'd be proud that I did it.
How am I proud of that?
Because I did it like yesterday. I didn't leave it till the end of the month because I was like, oh, we've got ages now. That was my first thought. I was like, oh, we've got ages now. And then last night, I wasn't planning on doing it, but I found a folder. And I looked at the dates. Literally, it was in April of 2020, I'd gotten and collated the majority of the things I'd need, like all the financial summaries and reports, postage costs, packaging costs, purchases and everything. I'd gotten it all together in a folder. So I must have been at that moment feeling really like proactive, thinking, oh, I'm going to get ahead of my taxes this year. And I got all that together, and then I did nothing with it from April all the way until, yeah.
Until last night.
Until last night, yeah. But the reason why I mentioned that is because I did check my bank PayPal, and last night it said that we had 90 grand come into our account.
Wow.
And I was like, what?
I was like, whew.
But it said 60 going out. I was like, I wish we had 90 grand. And I just assumed it was PayPal. I think I've seen that happen a few times. I think where PayPal the numbers
aren't quite true.
Aren't quite true, yeah. By
just
magnitude.
Just a little bit out.
Or by 10 orders of 10 orders of magnitude or whatever. DB Resells, Damien, how are you? Thank you for popping in. We've got Tea Cakes as well. Thank you for popping in, Mr. Tea Cakes. Nice to see you. Mike Dando says, good evening, Zahira, back in chat. PayPal says, I don't have any money. Situation normal, says Michelle. Richie's Pickings, thank you for popping in. Closet Geek as well. We've got Brum Reseller. I love Brum Reseller. He's such a funny guy. Guys in the chat, check out Brum Reseller if you haven't. Most of you probably do subscribe to his channel, but he's a fun guy to watch. Really enjoyable. Sherry says it's 5 a.m. and it's live. Oh, 5 a.m. because it's down in Oz, isn't it? Wow. Thank you for popping in at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. We've also got Matt68 Sell Back Special. Thank you for popping in. Really appreciate it. Adore Endure says keep the faith. We all are. And what else are people saying? TK Closet Geek UK. Hello, Joe. Closet Geek says you massively overpaid on those Pokemon cards. Oh, who's bought Pokemon cards? And what else are people saying? Oh, Lex. Hello, you sexy folks. Hi, sexy Lex. She is, isn't she? Bless her. I'm just saying. I love you though.
I know that.
Just saying. We've got Kirsten. Thank you for popping in, Kirsten. By the way, guys, Kirsten has set up her own website, in case you didn't know, and also has been diligently vlogging. I've got to say, Kirsten's been kind of really inspiring. Not quite inspiring enough for me to vlog as regularly as I have been, but that's because that's on me. That's not on you. You're still inspiring. But Kirsten has been putting out videos every day, and I can tell you guys, it's really, really difficult at the moment with the shop. It really is. I think we've just gotten to the stage now. I think we're having the shop shut for this long. It's just now, it's gone. That's it now. I think I'm done with being positive about it. What do you think? I'm like, we're done, aren't we? We're at the stage where we're done being like,
Yeah.
it's just,
I kind of just want to be open.
it's balls, isn't it? That's it.
Yeah, I mean, the other side of it is we're starting to sit there and think about things that we can do while the shop's shut, which is like painting the back room. Yeah. Because we wanted to do that, and it's probably better to do it while it's shut. So we might actually go and sort that out, and do things like that. We're trying to do other things basically, so like to get our heads
I think
out of.
It's acknowledging that it's acknowledging the fact that it's terrible and it's balls that the shop is shut. But just trying to focus on other things. But I'm tired of trying to be positive about it. Yeah. I'm like, I'm done. It's really frustrating now. Like every time someone stops, like I almost don't want to. I hate it when people now stop in the shop window. It really bothers. It used to be. Like just a few days ago, I was trying to say, "Oh, isn't it great? People are looking at our shop," and now I just like, "Oh, what's the freaking point?" And I know overall it's a good thing if people are stopping, but it's just I think the frustration has gotten.
Yeah, and it's like we had like a click and collect kind of customer this week. Yeah, and in her message to you, she was like, "Oh, I might pick up a few other bits," right? Yeah. So she was expecting to be able to come into the shop and actually shop. Yeah. And you had to kind of turn around and say to her, look, if you want to buy anything else, you have to buy it through the website and it is quite literally you're coming to collect.
I mean, she was lovely. She was absolutely lovely.
She was fine with
and
it.
And she bought more stuff.
It's things like that because, people are were so used to be able to go into a shop and just browse
and pick up
and things like that.
But also, that's the other thing. Our shop customers, like overall, they on average buy more than like our online customers. So to give you guys an example, like today we had a bunch of, eBay seems to have, touch wood, woken up, and we're selling quite a bit of pop culture on there now, as well as the RC stuff. So people are starting to buy the pop culture stuff, even though my prices are not always the cheapest. But it was really interesting that you see all these orders, and the majority of those orders, no matter what promotion you've got running, you might have buy 3 and save an extra whatever, or etc. But when someone is shopping on the internet like that, like standard, like either on your eBay or Amazon or whatever, most people still just buy what they want. And most of the orders we had going out today were just singles, apart from like one other order, which was a guy who bought a front and a rear set of tires for their radio control car. But this lady who's a local, who kind of, I suppose, is in that shopping kind of mindset, and we saw it so regularly whilst we were open, people were just more likely to pick up more stuff than just one item. They come in and they pick up something, and they might pick up a little bit of an impulse buy at the till, or some people have come in and bought stuff and they've decided to pick up one of our little trinkety kind of toys, like our small blind bags at the till, etc. And it's now just frustrating, I think, now that we don't have that. But taking it back to the original point, Kirsten must be feeling similar, like the frustration of not having the shop. Website, etc. is all wonderful. It really is. We love it. You guys have been like amazing. You guys have been amazing, like, supporting us on the website, buying stock from us, which we super appreciate. But I suppose we've just been like, we've had a taste of the retail shopper, and we all know what it's like when you're a retail
I think
shopper.
One thing I kind of do like that keeps me kind of calm-ish about it, because I sit there and I'm like, I think I'd prefer this lockdown to last as long as it needs to, because we've been in it so long now. To open back up and then to be closed again. Yeah. And I think this is it. I think this is what I'm kind of getting tired, because
as painful as this has been,
and the thing is, as much as we're moaning, right, we were the ones that decided to open up a shop during a pandemic. Okay, so
whose idea was that? Why did we think that?
I know. See, that is completely on us.
Who does that?
It's probably not the smartest thing to do, but we did it.
You did it,
and we knew that this was always going to be a possibility, that the shop would have to close at certain points. Her fault,
really. I didn't want to do
it. And it's just,
I think
when we open, I just want a good run at it. I really, really do. I just want to be able to open.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, honey.
The doors open.
We've gone through the pain of being locked down now for this long. I feel like it can't really become much more, like, it can't get much worse. I'm tapping this as if it's wood, but it's actually plastic.
Well, that's not going to work.
Touch plastic.
I was going to tap that, but then that's cardboard.
This is wood of kinds. There
you go.
And I feel like you said, we've now gone through that initial pain, and I would much rather this last longer than again open prematurely. Just because I think if we opened again and then shut down again, that would mess with my head quite a bit. Quite a bit. But yeah, taking that all back to Kirsten. Kirsten has been soldiering on as well, and has been focusing on trying to do the online thing, the Facebook thing, which is all great, which is all wonderful. And it's just good to keep things going, I suppose. And but yeah, what was the point anyway? Let's move on.
We just went off on one a little bit there.
The vinegar jar. Peter Cummins, thank you for popping in, Peter. Appreciate it. John YLM has popped in as well. Monica says, hi, Izzy and Beck, just popping in to listen, aka apply Z's because he's skiving while working tips. Just kidding. Thanks for doing the chat. Thank you for being here, Monica, whether you're just listening or watching and listening. Whatever. It's really do appreciate everyone popping in and spending time with us on a Friday. It's like I said, this is like our Zoom call, I suppose. Evening Legs, hashtag arseface. Oh wow, okay. The Hills, hi. And what else are people saying? 208 Chinwags equivalent of 4 years at 1 a week, says JJ. Really? Man alive. Yeah, we started them when we moved up here, so that sounds about right. And Closet Geek Joe's PayPal error. Wow, that is quite an error there. The 2 point, was it? No, hold on. Is that £2,222,847? That's a nice sum to have in your PayPal. All this tax stuff is boring, Z, says Vinegar Jar. It is, but oh gosh, I really want to be on it. I'm gonna really force myself. I'm gonna force myself to be like mega tax, like getting it done. I really want to get it done. It's just one of those things. I want to be like more fluent on it. How are you doing, Beck? Not seeing you for like 7 months, says the Hills.
What, me?
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, she's doing fine, Hills. Will Shove. Did my tax return 31st of May last year. Wow. Woozy, around 30 subs from 6k. Oh, Damien, that reminds me. That is thanks to the person that has just popped into the chat.
It's probably popped in a while ago. We were probably in the middle of our
rant.
Moany rant.
Oh gosh, so. Yes. I need to be more on top of it. It's just I don't expect reseller royalty to be. Craig, it's thanks to Craigslist Hunter. Craigslist Hunter P, who's just said hello there. Thank you for popping in. Craigslist Hunter. Against, I've got to say, against his better judgment. Right? I don't know what he was smoking, but he decided to share. Thank you, Tommy.
I just came here to see Craigslist Hunter motherfuckers.
Thank you, Tommy, for the super chat. We've just seen Pete, but like, I don't know what he was smoking on that day, but thankfully he did. He shared our channel on one of his videos in his new set, which looks really cool, and it was a big shout out he gave to our channel, and we've had like a good couple hundred people subscribe since then, which is astonishing because we know our videos are definitely not like mass appeal, are they?
They're not for everybody.
They're not for everyone. So, but really kind of, especially because the channel grew initially based on finding used goods from our car boots, charity shops, etc. And
we've changed a lot from what we do. I mean,
and it's happened very quickly, hasn't it, honey?
Yeah, we're not saying we won't do the second-hand stuff, but it's just like it's now.
Gone. Yeah, it's gone.
We're heavily invested in the
We've
shop.
got no used stock
and we
listed.
Haven't got much. No, we have. I was going to say we haven't got much. Zero. We haven't got any used.
It's happened very quickly.
Listed,
like all these years, the channel's been based on finding deals from even like see that pile of receipts there. That's a pile of receipts. That's something I'm working through as well. That's all.
And we have actually lost quite a lot of subs because of it. I'm going to be honest, we have.
Yeah, and
but that's fine because we're not doing what people originally signed up
exactly.
for.
So you have to expect that when I suppose that's advice to anyone that has a channel. If you have a channel and then you suddenly start changing what you're doing, and most people signed up originally for X, and then you suddenly start doing more of Y, then they're not going to want to watch.
Yes.
But it's all fun and games, so really do appreciate it. TK says hello, Craigslist, you made Z's day again. Yeah, it was amazing. And Tracy Park says 90 grand mistake is when you want to throw a graph video out. Yeah, I should have done a sales video, man. I should have shown how well I was doing.
Yeah,
that would have been amazing. A plush diving Olympics, adore. Yeah, that's Brum reseller for you. Dave Repairs, Night's Life. Thank you for popping in. Double Decker Couch. Thank you for popping in as well. What else are people saying. Renee says, new sub here. Heard about you from Craig's Hunter. Do you ship to the US? We do ship to the US, Renee. Thank you for joining the chat. And again, thanks to Pete. Pete is amazing. Trotters into eBay says, hi Zahir and Beck. Thank you for popping in, Jimmy. Nice Life saying hi to people. I was waiting for you, Beck, regarding painting.
He probably is. And you know what? Sorry, I've been talking so much on the phones at work, and it's been really, really busy. So my voice
super busy.
Will cut out.
Yeah.
It's I'm not ill or anything.
It's not ill.
It's just I've been using my voice a lot.
All day.
It normally is okay.
So, would you like a sip of water?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay.
I
can get my lurgies.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's all right. Thank you. But no, so yes, he probably is waiting for me to do the painting, and I probably will get started. Probably not this weekend, because we need to go and get some paint from somewhere.
I think some of that is just because you haven't really wanted to be there, though.
No, I'll probably try and aim to start next weekend and get the painting done, because we're going to have to just move everything out of that little space and get it painted. And it's probably going to need a few coats, because it's quite a dark colour in there. We're going to go lighter in there, aren't we? And it'll make it nicer to kind of be in that room, because it's very dark, isn't it?
It is very dark.
So we are going to get that sorted.
Monica says, Z, you seem to amaze me, giving us all these free courses first 2 weeks ago on skiving on the job, and now on why not just procrastinate if we get a date extension. We'll have a video. Yes, Monica, this is where to come from.
You give out the best advice. You really do.
The best, yeah. I mean, I'm success personified, as you could clearly see. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Monica. Will's Shop has got a good question for everyone. Would you buy something for €180, possibly sell it for €360, probably a long tail item? Personally, I would be happy to buy something for 180 to sell it for 360, but I'd want it to be a quick seller. So within a month or two.
I think it also depends on the size of it as well. If it's something that you have to store and it takes up quite a lot of space, I would probably be reluctant if it's going to be you're going to have it for a year or longer. Yeah. If it's going to be something that sells within a month or two, I'll probably
Is Pete filming again? Quicks say something brilliant that's reseller related.
Thank you for the advice, Susie, and the $5 super chat. Buy low, sell high.
You've already done that one.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Is that's not reseller related?
That's not reselling, but that's quite good advice, though.
Oh gosh.
Should we move on?
Then we'll move on, because I think that was the best I had. I'm fresh out. I'm actually fresh out.
Yeah. And DB Resource has actually got a quite good response to the question as well. If you can afford to tie that money up for a while, then sure.
Yeah, so ideally you'd want it to sell within the range that you can afford to have it tied up. Yeah. So if you can afford to have that money tied up for a couple of months, you want it to sell within a couple of months. Then you'd have to make sure that it's got that sales history. If you're happy to have it tied up for longer, then why not? I would say personally, the higher the output amount, the quicker you want it to sell. In a way, that's something that we're learning right now with wholesale, because obviously the margins are much smaller. You're talking 40%, 50%. But the thing is, you don't mind paying the higher price up front, because the stock you're getting is going to sell quicker. You're just going to sell things quicker. Andrea has popped in as well. I've just noticed. Hi, Andrea. Thank you for popping in. And what else have we had? Okay, Z, you need to design a flyer for eBay orders for the website. It's a game changer. Won't happen overnight, but will work. Just something that you can print and not cost a fortune. That is something we need to do.
Well, you mentioned tea cakes this week, didn't you?
Yeah, I mentioned.
Because we were actually talking about this.
I talk about you a lot, tea cakes. Not that much.
He really does.
Don't need to be uneasy or anything. But I do.
It's not like that. But he does mention. And it's something we really do need to look at.
Knowledge bomb.
Knowledge. Knowledge. I'm here in my garage. Knowledge. Does he look? I've got I've got cars. See how many cars I've got. Do you think that happened overnight?
Can I move back now?
I'm just showing them the cars.
Yeah.
I got the cars. I got the woman.
The woman.
I'm just showing them. That I got.
The woman.
No, play with it. Play with it.
No.
How do you think? How do you think that happened, huh? It's because I have got knowledge. You know, I know my reselling.
Oh my goodness! No, I don't think so.
No. Well, I was just trying to. Let's move on, shall we? Kirsten says, "Hi Tracy, missing you and Tommy. I'm not up early enough. I know. I've been missing all of Tommy and Tracy's recent chats, man. I'm getting miffed about it. I need to sort that out. Oh, thank you, Lex. Website is looking so much more user friendly now. Oh, thank you, Lex.
That's
means
all
a lot.
you, isn't it? You've been working hard on that.
Yeah, I'm basically like, yeah. She wasn't talking to me.
Was she not talking?
I bet she was talking.
Was she talking to Kirsten?
Oh, I don't know. If you're talking to Kirsten, I'll take it back.
You've still taken. Yeah. You've still done a lot of work.
Yeah, okay, thank you. We're so far behind. We don't even know now.
We don't know where we are.
So you're going to keep pestering you for the flyers. Nothing fancy. Tea cakes. I really want to get that sorted.
We will.
Yeah. I'm with you, Beck. I'm not sure I could keep my sanity if I have to close again.
Yeah.
Says Kirsten.
I can't.
Yeah. It's too much, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's too.
absolutely.
I think at that point it gets like mentally just too stressful to have to keep on putting up with that. Like open close. It's just too much. Bex thinks of things like this. Not see guilty of opening during a pandemic. Right. Living the dream. Hi, you guys are fantastic. Oh, wow. That's so kind of you to say living the dream. We're not always positive, but that is very kind of you to say. It means a lot. Maybe one day I get to come to your shop and buy a Chucky doll and bring my autograph book because it'd be like meeting celebrities. The Hills, you need to definitely check out. There's a big array of there's a better class of celebrity out there. We're not. That's such a big word, man.
Yeah. No.
The Vinegar Jar says, I saw Elvis's bass on Pete's Craig the Santa channel made it. Yes, I saw that too. I can't believe. You know what? I think it's.
Can I just grab some more water?
Oh, of course you can, honey. Yeah. That was so hilarious. Like the way that people come in and like they try to make out. Oh, you know.
I was talking about your website, Zlol.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. I would have gotten to your comment. Thank you. Thank you. But, yeah, I saw that. It's incredible. Like, I think that's one of the things about buying and selling from the public that I think is definitely more of an art. And, like, it seems like a really easy, cushy thing to have, being able to just buy from people. But you will quickly realize that when you actually advertise that you buy from people, a lot of chances will try, won't they? That you will get chances, like who will come in with things and because they know that you're looking to buy, they're wanting to sell, but there's a reason for why they're not trying to get the full money for it themselves, why they're trying to sell it.
I mean, we've only had a couple of people contact us, and some of the stuff hasn't been suitable, and that's why we've not gone for it. But
we weren't. Yeah, exactly. That's something. Yeah, but the made in 90s. And Renee, yes, we definitely do ship to the US. You've asked that a couple of times now, but yes. And I'll ship anywhere. Oh, thank you. Vinegar Jar says he'll ship anywhere. Yes, he does. I'm his stateside. Yes, Tommy is the official US distributor of our wares. Thank you.
Yes.
That's just been agreed. Most people are still here because they're waiting for another Cramp episode. Says Stu. Oh man. Thankfully, I've been really good. I constantly wiggle my toes and move my ankles around when I'm sat down to avoid that. So
do you?
Yeah. Oh, hun, it was painful.
I know it was.
It was really painful. It's the quality.
Well, you're not going to sit there and go when it's not painful.
We've watched you do graphs, have Cramp, eat cake. We'll always watch the Lex. Oh, thank you, Lex. So sweet. I would love to open a toy shop, but rent in my country will be at least 2 to 4k euros. So instead, I'm living the dream through Zahir says Wall Shop. Oh, that sounds like a lot. I think, if I'm honest with you, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing if it wasn't for where we're living. It's a lot of it is, cost of living is huge. I think it's one of the key things that can control what you're able to do and when. We would not be able to do this in the southeast of London. We just couldn't, because even now, even though prices have started to get a bit squeezed because so many people are leaving and there's a lot of commercial premises out there that are being left, we wouldn't be able to. We simply wouldn't have the finances to even approach like a commercial lettings agent to get a commercial property down there. It's insane.
Z, you should watch this guy Pete on Craigslist Hunter. He buys and sells used things. Might be helpful.
Thank you, Susie. I will bear that in mind. And TV Resale says, looks like I'm going to get snowed in on Sunday.
Oh, no.
I've been doomsday prepping the business. Very hard to get out with a car around my way as on a hill. Wow, crazy. And Craigslist Hunter is filming. No, man. Have money for the car lot. Jack won't always be there, says Tommy. Good evening, cult leader. I'm guessing Andrew's somewhere in the chat.
Yes, he is.
Is he? There he is. Hi, Andrew. Thank you for popping in, cult leader. I was knowledge bomb, was it? He looks scared. My son went out and flew his plane again today. He's amazing. Richard, Night's Life, considering that was his first flight of a radio controlled plane, that was impressive, I've got to say. Definitely. Yes, wiggling toes, and that helps cramp. Yep. I get offered a lot of stuff. 50% is rubbish. 25% people want too much money. 25% I buy. I think, Kirsten, that's probably a very honest thing. Yeah,
I think that's probably what we're going to find.
Yeah, and I think Craigslist Hunter shows that as well. The amount of times Pete has to turn things away, you see that. You see how many times he's like, I'm not interested in that. Or I wouldn't be interested in that. It's no value. And that happens a lot. So I think that's only natural, but it's just another way of getting hold of inventory. Yeah. Michelle says, will there be any only cool stuff international franchise opportunities? Who knows, Michelle? It all depends on, what happens. Have you checked if you have business interruption insurance? Says Vivian Mills. Supreme Court have ruled some policies will need to buy out. When I signed my business insurance, it did state that coronavirus wouldn't be covered. When I signed it. Yeah. So I've not...
And I think that's because we opened during a pandemic. Yeah, it was a case of...
Yeah, so they'd already adjusted their thing.
Yeah, so we
but that's
were
a good point.
Aware.
But if a Supreme Court have said that some policies will need to buy out... Oh, interesting. Could do. I don't know about messing with insurance, man. Insurance is a bit weird. No. But yeah, that might be something worth looking into though, Vivian, because I do remember when we got our business insurance, they did say that coronavirus was not included.
It's not something they'll...
Matt Selback says, I want a guy like Lonnie has, don't we all? I mean, nowadays it's easier than ever, I would say, to actually get contacts. Because we can communicate so easily. If you think about it, you can communicate like in so many ways and reach so many different people. So I feel like the opportunity has never been better to create contact. How you do it is up to you. So I mean, you don't have, like I keep on saying this, like you don't have to have a physical brick and mortar premises. Even just by having a commercial premises and having like your own platform, that will open doors to you to like open up wholesale accounts, and you'll be able to buy stock via wholesale. And then once you start, it's about building relationships. I mean, when I used to be a rep, and I used to sell chocolate, I know it's slightly different, but what used to happen is, some of the shopkeepers were smart and they would build reputations with rep. So I would go into certain shops, I'd have my call list, and I'd go into certain shops knowing that I'd be treated quite poorly. Like some shopkeepers made it a point that they hated reps It's their business. They don't want to be told what to do, etc., etc., which is great, which is fine. They're right. It is their business. But obviously, from my point of view, if I'm not getting what I want from my call, then why am I going to give you anything? Why am I going to help you? And so it was very short-sighted of those shopkeepers. And funnily enough, those used to be the shopkeepers that used to have the poorest performing and singles convenience stores. Then you used to see the retailers that would have about 4 or 5 shops in the area, and their attitudes towards the reps was night and day. It used to be a pleasure to go there because they would schmooze you. They'd be like, I had you a cup of tea, sit down, have a chat, chill out. They would sort you out with hitting your target. So for example, I used to have shops where I could sell my month's target into a handful of shops, because the guy had like 5 shops, 6 shops, and he'd be happy to buy what I was selling because he knew in the long run it benefited him. And it benefited him because whenever then I had deals to offer, I would take those deals from the shops I didn't really think deserved it, or I thought, well, he treats me like crap, why am I going to help him? Screw him. And I used to sell their allocation to the other shops. And that's, it's as simple as that. It really is. It's communication, it's business. It's like, you have to kind of, you have to build relationships. And I think like, sometimes like it's about opening a door, like getting a wholesale relationship. You might not get the best deals at first, but you have to accept that you're not going to get the best deals. You're new. Why should they give you the best deals? But if you show that you're a good person to have on their books, you're buying from them, and some wholesalers will actually expect you to buy regularly as well, so that can change things as well. So just saying. All right, let's see what people are saying. When I had my collectible shop, I would buy stock through the public, but once bought World War II binoculars for £8 off a customer. He wasn't happy when he came in the next day to see I was selling them for 120 quid. Oh, Colin.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have been happy with that. I think anything we buy through the shop, though, I think we've mentioned this before, our plan is to have it on eBay really, and not in the shop. If the shop
partly for that reason, I'd say.
Yeah, we do want like the new, and the thing is, we do live in like it's a small town, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And so, we're not going to want to upset our customers knowing that they are going to walk into our shop.
Yeah. But then again, I think it's about honesty though, and again.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think if you've come to a reasonable price, I mean, he sold them to you for £8. So that was it's kind of that sort of agreement, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like,
he's made the deal. But I think that's where you've got to be honest sometimes as well, and like you see Pete often showing completed listings on eBay to people that come in to sell to him, and he's like, look, it sells for this much, I'll give you this much and I'd sell it for this much. He says that so often. It's like one of his most common kind of communications when he's making a deal. He's like, our completeds look like around this much, so I'd give you this and sell for this, and I think that's a good way of dealing with it.
It is.
Nick has popped in as well. Thank you for popping in, Nick. Hi. Appreciate it. Oh, Craig's the son that Pete says, love you guys, got to go. Someone is trying to sell me Paul McCartney's guitar. Well, good luck with that. I hope. I really appreciate it. You popping in. Amazing. Did you watch the eBay Gum Chat? Yes, I didn't, Vivian. No, I did not. I've not seen much YouTubes recently. Crazy Santa, I used to have the spinning chair from the Queen going slightly mad video. That's crazy. The stuff that Richard has dealt with in the past is pretty impressive. We've got Leanne in. That's Leanne, by the way.
That's
DBG. Yeah, it's DBG, man. I'm not even going to try to say that surname, but hi, Leanne. Thank you. Hi. Yo ho. As Lex is greeting to Leanne is yo ho. That's pretty good, actually. I like it. That was the crack. It's fantastic. BCP's in the chat as well. I want to say hi. And we've got Jason, the reselling gamer, Entwistle. Thank you for popping in.
Hello.
Hi Matt, hi Alex. Sure, I'm living the effing dream. How are you? Nick says, "Oh my god, some people really got the wrong end of the stick. As if I keep 125k in PayPal." This is to do with the PayPal errors. Yeah, like yeah. I would never trust them with that amount of money in pay. But then again, I don't know. That'd be okay. But you're not protected by them, are you or not? Are they FSCS protected? It would be interesting to know. I need to know. Are PayPal FSCS protected? You know, like your bank accounts and things like that. Financial Services Conduct Authority, FSCA. Mm-hmm. I think that's what it stands for. So yeah, other than that, it's been a pretty regular week. You know, I'm starting to feel a bit better with my leg. Mm-hmm. Slightly. I'm taking medication, so that's a good thing. And I think we're just like, it's the weekend now. It's Sunday. We can just it's Friday. We can just chill out now. Saturday and Sunday.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Let's
got
not
to
get
Sunday
rid of it
mighty
already.
quick.
Let's not. Yeah. I just wanted. Yeah. It's about time. I know, Nick. Everyone knows you keep your stash under the mattress, says Stu. Oh yeah, there you go. Night's Life in there as well. Keep that under his mattress. Keep it. No one keeps their money under the mattress. Like no one keeps their money under the mattress. Who would ever do that? Right. What else are people saying? Not protected in the US. Okay. You know what? Sometimes we forget how we've got far more cool that kind of protection here. Like in the UK, all of our banks and savings accounts and things like that are FSCA protected up to a certain amount. I believe the amount is like £85,000. So as long as you are not above that, if the company goes bust or the bank goes bust or whatever, your money will be protected. I've never had reason to use those services because normally I'm the one owing the money, not the one with the money, and that's my form of protection. See, I FSCA protect myself. See, if I'm owing it, you know, then I can't go wrong, can I?
No, honey.
No? Is that not good? No. Can you tell she's been through a lot? 20 years.
20 years.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm not that bad.
21 years.
I'm not that bad though, am I? You don't mind?
You're going to have to get a new number in your head.
21 years?
Yeah.
You didn't marry me for my money anyway, did you, to be honest? No. Even though my mum... Oh, gosh.
Let's not talk about
that. Oh, gosh. Zayn Shah. Hi, Zayn. Hi, Zahir. Website is very responsive, easy to navigate. Oh, thank you, Zayn. Appreciate that. So Lex and Zayn think the website is... I feel good about that.
Oh,
I still want to zhuzh it up a little bit. I think it needs... But I think it's more of a design failure, you know, like artistic failure on my part. Because I don't have that... You know, you've got to have that vision on how to make it look cool. Mm-hmm. Because even the font you use and the color combinations, it can all really... the impact it has is huge. So I think I need to work on that, but I'm glad that the nuts and bolts of the website are good. I appreciate that, Zane. Okay. I keep mine as gold coins in a process. Oh gosh. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's sure. That's just, you can say that, Leanne. You can say that. It's fine. And watch Curiosity Inc. on YouTube, says Colin Collectibles. He's just emptied a hoarder's house silver bullion bar under the mattress and $300,000 in jewelry around the house in his boots, shoes, etc. Wow. I mean, this whole thing about collecting, though, it's becoming a bigger and bigger thing now, isn't it? I think people have more faith to keep their money in assets like collectibles than they've ever had in the past. I think people just trust it a bit more, don't they? Don't you think? Like, I think so. Barry says, as long as you don't use Comic Sans font on your website, you should be good, lol. Comic Sans, what's that? Is that like a comic book style font? I think a lot of websites use that kind of. Yeah, I think a lot of people use that kind of font. I didn't want to just do like the comic book look. I don't know what our look is yet, if I'm honest. But so I thought, just play it safe, Barry. I mean, web design is a really amazing topic, and I think you see when people kind of put together websites how important it is. It's just it's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole. Just one thing, why you added cart and checkout in the navigation bar? No good reason. No good reason. See, that's the kind of thing. It probably shouldn't be there. I will look at maybe like, I need to get a good set of things in the bar. I think it was just what the standard was, like when it comes with. So that's probably why. And why is Comic Sans so bad? Why is it so bad, Dave? Should be burnt.
If you just Googled it, right? Yeah. If you just do the little down arrow, it could have a read.
Oh, why is it a bad font? So unappealing in a professional setting as its irregularity. Unlike most typefaces, such as the B and the D, are not mirror images. For most people, that means it's also more difficult to read, which, as it turns out, might be a bad thing. Oh, right. Is that why? It's actually got a bad reputation in general. I mean, yeah, it just doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I don't want it to look like that anyway. Yeah. And Double Decker Cat says the best thing about the website is Honky Tonk Man showing his stuff. Oh gosh, I don't know how long it's going to take me to sell those, hon. Double Honky Tonk Man.
Don't knock Comic Sans too much. People with autism and dyslexia
find it a good font to read. I see. I didn't even know it was a thing. I'm just reading that it's actually bad. And yes, it's actually one of the things there is Comic Sans dyslexia friendly. You can learn so much from Google, man. Yeah. It's the font that teachers use and has a bad reputation. Yeah, I did not realize a font would have so much surrounding it. Man, there's even a BBC News story. What's so wrong with Comic Sans? I didn't even realize that.
No, neither did I.
That's incredible. You learn to. Well, I'm glad I did not actually use any font like that. Font choices are difficult though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Font choices can be difficult because you want it. I'm not even sure if our fonts are the same everywhere. I'm sure there's probably certain.
Well, you should look at that because it should be. Like,
yeah. I need to check it.
It should all be the same font throughout.
I think it is. I'll have to double check it or triple check it. As he is the guy to go to for Honky Tonk Man figures, I think you should get a jumpsuit like his and do his hip. Honestly, Barry, oh god, I this is something that I do need to actually focus on, is my bulk buys, as in getting rid of them.
Yeah,
I've got too much Dory stuff. Honky Tonk Man's actually not awful. It's controllable. But
yeah, I mean, there's a couple of Dory.
There's Hit Girl.
We've got too much. I mean, the fact that we've got the rest of it here, and it won't fit into the shop.
We need to do something.
Then we've got
then
we've got Hitman. He's another one that we've got a bulk of. Then there was the
not Hitman, Hit Girl.
No, Hit Girl. Yeah,
Hit Girl. We've got a lot of.
We've got a lot of Hit Girl. Yeah, sorry.
And we've got.
It's because
Guitar Hero
played Hitman. So I've got Hitman in my head. That was last week.
I need to get rid of them. I might even.
And then.
Yeah. The main culprit is the Dory, though, isn't it? Yeah. By a long way. The Dory is the main culprit. I've got to stay focused. Like, as soon as I lose focus of it, you forget. But I've been auctioning bundles off and they sell.
I mean, I would have included the Fugglers into that, but they've actually when the shop was open,
we were selling them.
They sell really quite well in the shop.
We've only got like one shelf for Fugglers now.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and we've got more of that brown one though. You know, the sketchy squirrel.
Yeah,
we've got him.
He's a bit sketchy.
He's a bit sketchy.
No one wants him. It's a bit sketchy, that squirrel.
I think he's quite cute because he's got a little fluffy tail as well. I'm gonna have a sketchy.
I think we should have one for the shop actually.
The girls have got one.
Yeah.
I think Zara's got one.
Yeah, but we haven't got a shop one.
No.
I need a shop one.
A shop sketchy squirrel. Yeah, we should do that.
We
can hang him from the ceiling.
Right? Anything that we like, this sounds terrible. It's like we go, oh yeah, it's going to be our display one. So we open it up.
No, you know what? I'm going to have him hanging.
Isn't that the benefit of having a shop like that? Right?
Can we have him hanging from the
some
ceiling?
Of these items.
I want to get stuff hanging from the ceiling.
What? That would be so cool.
Just get a bunch of different things hanging up.
Just hanging by his head or his tail.
No, not by his tail, his head.
It could be hanging down, facing the customers.
That would be so cool. That would be so cool. Yeah, do you know what? That's a good idea, because I really liked when we had the Christmas decorations up on the ceiling.
Yeah, it gave the ceiling a nice little...
Imagine just dangling a bunch of stuff like
it made it feel really nice, actually.
Matt Selback.
Thank you for cheering me up in these tough times. Smiley face.
Matt, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is really, really kind of you, Matt. £5 super chat for... You're keeping us company as well. Like I said, this is our Zoom call because we don't talk to our families. They're not great on the internet. Or they're not communicators, are they?
No.
But then again,
always. They're okay. They're okay on the phone. You talk to them on the phone, they're alright.
Yeah, on the phone, yeah.
Yeah.
But then other than that, and then we're not the best social.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we don't really instigate social situations.
No, we don't.
We kind of like this weekend we're gonna just watch movies. Like we could call our family and say hi, and I would like to, you know, but we're gonna end up just watching movies and
we probably will.
Probably, yeah. A double decker couch says an Elvis impersonator club would love Honky Tonk Man. It's all about finding the right buyer. Where am I going to find an Elvis impersonator? And then get it? And how am I going to convert him to buy a Honky Tonk Man? Anomalous Data Point says, I know he's an action figure, thanks to Zahir, but who is Honky Tonk Man? He's an old WWF era wrestler from the late 80s, 90s. He's the longest reigning WWE Intercontinental Champion ever, says Barry. He comes with a breakable guitar accessory as well. He's pretty amazing.
And Zahir actually sold that to
a kid.
Yeah. By saying that.
Don't make it sound bad, like I sold it to a kid.
The guitar breaks.
And
the kid was like, wow.
I just happened to show him a feature.
Because he collects
figures, wrestlers.
Doesn't
he collects elite figures.
And that's what he was going for.
So he got an elite figure. He got what he wants.
Elite figure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, when choosing payment with PayPal, White still asked to fill up name and address. Can't you use PayPal API where PayPal will pull out shipping details? Oh, you know what, Zane? I don't know how to do it is the answer. That's the answer. I would love for it to do that because that sounds really cool. But I've got a PayPal plugin, I think, but I guess I don't know how to do that. But that's something I need to figure out. So did he fart?
No, he's grumbling.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard
he's
him.
Snoring.
Oh, did you think that as well? I was
like, what end did that come from?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what that was. That sounds really good, Zane. I'd need to figure out how to do that. I will look into it because I do actually want to add SumUp as a payment method. Although I'm less sure about that now because SumUp sent us an email saying they're going to automatically open us an account and have the money go into their account now, but we can change it back to the account we wanted. No, and I don't like that.
I don't want that.
Yeah, I didn't like how they treated me, so I might even go to Lloyd's and get our card payments through them. I think SumUp are a bit.
No, because we want it going into where we want it to go into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are people saying? I used to do an Elvis tribute act. True story. Really? I was actually good. That's amazing. That's amazing. I didn't realize. Double Decker Catch says PayPal has 2 gateways with different fees and requirements. Yeah, that would explain it. Because I'm using the simple PayPal business one that's really easy to set up. Like even setting SumUp up was really complicated, like JSON files and things, and I don't know, I didn't get it to work properly in the end. And And BCP has done a really amazing dog.
How cute is that
dog
emoji?
with a giant, false alarm. It was a false alarm.
He's
He's just snorting.
He's snorting. Right. Yeah. In here, it's got a heated floor.
And he loves sleeping on it.
So when we're out here, to keep our feet warm, because it gets quite cold in here, we have the heated floor on while we're doing the stream. And Alf likes falling asleep. Show you.
Can you show? Oh, okay.
Well, I think it's more you, actually.
Hold on.
But he kind of...
Has he gotten up now, hasn't it?
He's down there sleeping.
You see him? Yeah. So he's a bit out of focus in that, but yeah, he's just sleeping, you know.
So he just snores and sleeps down there.
Yeah. Was the only reason you got Alfie so he had someone to blame his farts on?
Absolutely.
You should add Bitcoin as a payment. Then every Bitcoin fanatic would buy something. You know what? Anomalous data point. I would happily take Bitcoin. That's a great idea. Send the money to my Bitcoin wallet. Can you imagine that? It'd be really tiny amounts of Bitcoin though, but yeah, that would be so cool. You could build up a little bit of Bitcoin that way. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Anomalous data point. You sound like you've got experience in this. Hey, John Luke. I was on John Luke's channel on Wednesday, wasn't it? Wednesday?
It was Wednesday, wasn't it?
Had a good old chat with John Luke. Another channel definitely worth checking out, guys. John Luke, fantastic channel. He's a lovely guy. Yeah, he's a lovely guy. We had a good old chat about just random stuff, really. Oh, what's that on my phone? Behaviour alert. Gostan Community Academy. Behaviour alert.
Just got a school email.
Yeah. Sorry, that sounds a bit weird. Behaviour alert? Oh, okay. Oh, behaviour alert. Okay. Head teacher commendation. I was like, what? She doesn't...
What's she done?
That's not like Zara. I was like, what? Behaviour alert?
It's a good alert. It's a good alert.
She got a commendation.
Yeah.
Okay. Super.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, cool.
That's good.
Oh, that worried. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Just... See, we take the children's successes as our successes. We're one of those parents. So when the children do well, we just take it as that was us.
We raised them.
Yeah, exactly. We've just been commended.
We raised them.
We've just been commended. So what's going on here? BTC fees must be high. That's a no for Beck, says Leanne. What?
Oh, is that because of my face when you said about Bitcoin?
Okay.
I was like...
Okay. John Luke's channel. Oh no, Z's been ball sacking the community. What does that mean? What does ball sacking mean? I need to find out what that means now.
Oh no, don't Google it.
Ball sacking. To place your nutsack firmly upon an object.
It's here.
I'm not... What do you mean ball sacking? I don't know what he means by that. I've not been putting my balls on anything. I'm just saying. I'm confused by the chat. Why is tea cakes? The tea cakes.
Does Zara get a parent behaviour alert?
Who knows? Hey, Lainey. Lainey's popped in, and Peter Ray's popped in as well. Hi, Peter. Hi, Lainey.
Hi.
Thank you for popping in. I need to know what's going on now. This is, what's ball sacking mean? Explain yourself, tea cakes, if you're still here. He's gone now, hasn't he?
Dave says
teabagging. No. Star City Figure. Hi, how are you? Niall Miller, how are you? Nick is getting a fair amount of abuse, says Adore Endure. What, on this video? People are just, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
People are just like, you know what, guys? Like sometimes, like luckily our channel obviously is like infinitely smaller, but we still get the odd person that some people just won't like you. You know, and they feel like they can speak to you in a way they never would do in normal life. In normal life, you must meet so many people face to face during the day that you don't necessarily get along with amazingly or anything. But it doesn't mean that people would. It really does not mean that people would go out of their way to be rude to you. Most people would not go out of their way to be rude to you. But there's certain environments, and I think YouTube is one of them. And
I mean, we've taken,
you get it at work as well.
Yeah, I do get it at work. We've taken the decision on our channel, and I mean, I don't think you're necessarily that bothered about it really, but
no,
like, because you will comment back to people, but for me, if I see a comment I don't like, I tell him to delete it.
To be honest with you, I think the channel would be a lot more toxic if it was left to me, because I liked it.
Yeah,
I most enjoy it.
It quite literally is like, I'm not going to engage in it. I don't want to read it.
That's the right
I don't want
thing
it left there for someone else to read it and react to it,
because in the past I used to try to leave kind of trolly comments.
Yeah, but the thing
you
is,
quickly
with doing
see
that,
you can't leave them because
you can't leave them
breeds
people
more.
do come in and
some people
comment.
want to try to defend you.
Some people
but,
try and defend you. Other people try and join in. And we for how long we've been doing this for now, we just taken the decision
just to get rid.
If it's there, it gets deleted.
Yeah,
I mean, if particularly if it's offensive or it's aimed, personally at one of us, then we will.
But the positive though, guys, is don't worry about Nick. And I'm not saying that like don't care about him. I'm not saying like that. What I'm saying is him and Andrea both will they know how to handle this.
Yeah, and he's actually the one that's actually said to us about it previously.
Yeah, like just get rid of the messages. Yeah. But so, you do eventually grow a thick skin. When you do make videos and you're out making videos and uploading them on the internet, you do eventually grow a thick skin, and you soon realize that you won't let that stuff get to you. So that's what I meant when I said don't worry about him. He'll be fine. He's probably not affected by it at all. People think it's clickbaiting and bragging about his 125k in his account. yeah, probably. They're like, oh my god, but he's not really. They're gonna
do you know what? Then there's no helping some people.
There's no helping some people.
You just gotta let them be who they want to be.
Exactly. Farm Girl Scavenger Noel, how are you? And Leanne says people do love to gather in mobs and lay into people online, crowd of sheep, social justice warriors.
And look, Andrea's come in and said, we've had to grow thick skin.
And exactly. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's a process that I think you naturally go through, because when you get it more and more often, you just have to kind of almost expect that there's going to be always people that do that kind of stuff. And the worst thing is, though, what I will say is it does get to you. And then you kind of the thick skin kicks in.
It's having that negativity in your head, and that's what you try and get away from. Because if you're sitting there constantly thinking about that one thing, you're ignoring all the other positive stuff today. Like today, I've come out of work and I've had more negative comments today. In my 5-hour shift, okay, and my shift wasn't long today. I only worked 5 hours on a Friday, okay. I had more negativity in that one shift and I've had one positive. But do you know what I chose to do? I chose to share the one positive out of my day with you today.
Yeah, and you've not told me any of the negative stuff.
And I haven't said anything about the negative stuff, and that's going to continue, because do you know what? I haven't got the time for it. It's absolutely rubbish out there right now. And anything I've got to keep
kind of
my head
focus on the good stuff
and positive, because I have weeks where, like last week was awful week for me emotionally. I think I didn't have one day that I did not come out of work or go into work crying. I was crying before I was going out of work. But before going into work in my car, I was driving home and I was crying. And it was. And
the sad thing is, this is it's not just Beck that does this, by the way. Her colleagues are doing this as well, aren't they?
So important.
Car crying is that it's like a thing. They go into their cars.
You can see us. We're sat in our cars in our uniform,
crying,
bawling our eyes out before we go into work, because we know it's going to be stressful. The amount of abuse that we have at the moment, and it's just like. There was a time where people were really thankful for what we were doing,
Yeah.
And now it's not, people are fed up, people are tired, and I completely get that, because I'm tired, I'm fed up.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with this for a year and working throughout. I'm sorry, this is going to end up on a bit of a rant.
No,
I apologise.
No. Go, just let it go. Go.
But I've been working throughout this.
Yeah.
And having to adjust to the instant changes within the NHS. The NHS is always changing, but even more so in this year, it has changed massively. Our appointment system has changed beyond recognition. We don't work the way we used to. It changes. Each time they're doing something new, it changes again and it changes again, and we have to keep up and keep steady. And for me, coming from a person that I like my routine, I like my processes, I like, following those things, it's difficult.
Yeah.
And I have a time adjusting, and I know that.
Yeah.
But, it's...
Yeah.
That's why I've got to keep my head in the right place.
Yeah, exactly. I think it is part of having that thick skin and focusing.
It is.
And you've got a thick skin because
Absolutely.
you guys can imagine the public can sometimes be tough, and you've developed that. I think with me, like, in a different sense, but being on YouTube for so long, doing game streams in the past and stuff, guys, like, when I really a good many years ago, I used to stream FIFA a little bit on Twitch, just a little bit, just for a few years. It was so much fun, but guys, the abuse you get, it wouldn't happen nowadays, but like back then it was like standard, and it helps you grow a thick skin. It's not to say it's okay, but that's all. He's put up a second vlog saying he's not loaded. It's a PayPal error. PayPal should compensate the accounts affected by the mistakes of the Adore Endure. And Peter Ray says, got my COVID jab Tuesday afternoon. Fantastic, Peter. I got it early, good. As classed on the list as having a disability, having Asperger's. You don't need to justify having Peter. That's the other thing. You should never feel like you have to like justify that you've got it. That you've had the jab because you need the jab. So fantastic. Brilliant. Yeah, exactly. I just delete and block, says Lainey. They just want attention. 100%. You know what? You couldn't say it any better than that. That is the perfect kind of like, yes, that's it. Delete and block. And yeah, that is the only way to be about it. All right, let's just quickly scroll down to the bottom of the chat, and then we will kind of call it a night, because I'm aware that we have gone over. We have gone over time, but I love a good troll. Unfortunately, most of them are rubbish at it. No imagination, says Lex.
Yeah.
Ball sacking, the act of hanging. I don't do that, tea cakes. Okay, I don't know why you. I don't do that. All right, why would I? Well, I mean,
I don't know what impression you give off, honey.
God, right. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift, because it is the present. So we do really need to wipe the negativity away. Noel, that is beautiful.
Oh, that is
actually really lovely.
That is brilliant.
Andrew says it's just awful that people can be so unkind when everyone is struggling at the moment. Yeah, it brings out the best and worst in people, doesn't it? I think for some people, it's brought out the best in them. You get people paying for like people's elderly people's shopping. You get all that kind of goodness happens, and then Queenie Conquest. Yes, girl, great message. Stay strong, Beck. Yeah, that is a wonderful message, Noel. It really is. Hashtag clap for Beck.
You don't need to clap for me.
What one? Okay, what one, P? The cheap one, the expensive one? I think they're all good, aren't they?
Yeah,
Adore and Jewel. I wouldn't say that which one.
Which one? You're getting the cheap one.
Oh gosh, BCP is sharing your channel that you don't put videos out on.
No, I haven't put videos out on it for so long.
Yeah.
I will get there.
Stu says you just have to have a thick skin and be diplomatic, especially as punching people in the throat is deep.
I know, right?
Stu, isn't that a bummer, Stu? It really is. Oh, Vivian says that is thank goodness for all you and your colleagues do. Some folk are beyond nuts. Thank you from all of us. Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank you.
That's really sweet of you guys. My job has been that way. No consistency. Everyone is overworked, and the state just haven't been treating their employees well. I understand the stress, as Fat saying. Yeah, it's happening out there, isn't it, guys? It really is. I've not had trolls yet. Just inspirational quotes, says Kirsten. Kirsten, just be prepared. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, though. And creepy guys. Monica says, sorry, Z, didn't mean to be rude. Don't block me. What would I do with my friend?
No, do you know what, right?
What do you mean? Why is she saying
when
that?
I say, like, when we block, okay, we do understand a bit of, humour. You're not going to be blocked just because of, you're saying something funny or anything like that. It's, we can take, things, but it's when there's been some personal things said and directed,
and then you have to
that's when we draw a line and we go.
I think, like Lainey says, if it's like that, it's best just to keep the comment section clean as well. Ziza suggests me specs in PC to run 1080p talking head streaming OBS. No gaming, my Mac can't handle it. Oh, there's so many choices, Zane. I would say you could do that with an old. You could go down to Sandy Bridge. You could do like. I would say pick up a used i5 2500K custom PC off of eBay or something, and that will happily run a 1080p OBS stream for you. And it should be quite cheap now, an i5 2500K, or if you can get like an i7, but Sandy Bridge upwards would be fine for Intel. Back in the room, what a faff, lol. Sorry, I missed most of the chat. Not at all, Nick, not at all.
That's absolutely fine.
Hey, Sam Cell stuff. Thank you for popping in. Niall says, I've been sending surprise packages all over the States to other resellers who cannot get out to thrift. Oh, lovely. Hoping to just spread a little love and kindness in the small world we live. That's so sweet of you, Noelle.
Yeah,
that is nice.
So sending thing to do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Trolls of views, love of a troll, poor thing, says Adore Endure. Christ, yeah, I've been watching for over 2 years and never got blocked, so you'll be fine. Yeah, if Andrew's not been blocked.
Yeah, you can see.
By the way, guys, Andrew will be live in about 20 minutes.
Is he live tonight?
I'm sure he will. Is it Friday?
Yeah.
Friday? Mine just point out my weight to me, which is, oh, gosh, that's just pathetic, isn't it? Which is good because I'd never have known otherwise.
I know.
I mean, yeah. Just kidding. I know I'm not being blocked, but annoying, constantly making jokes about your interesting tips and calling them causes.
Oh,
Monica,
no. Do you know what we can take a joke. Honestly, we can take a joke. So it's fine. Not. Yeah.
What kind of person things was it? Comments. How the hell did he get vexed?
No. It was. Yeah.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, guys. It's 12 minutes past 8. Yeah. You guys have done more than you know to cheer us up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think like the smile on Beck's face is telling me that you're not always in the mood straight away to go live, are you? Sometimes
it's difficult at the moment.
Yeah, it's
like I said, it's real.
It's nothing to do with you guys. She loves you.
It's real. It's a headspace thing. It's job and honestly, it's a struggle.
I can tell from her face. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts for the chat. It means an awful lot. This is an amazing little hour we get at the end of the week, and this is the feeling I want to remember because it's it's like a team, It's like a team, isn't it? It's like...
And this is our Zoom meeting.
This is our Zoom meeting, so I really appreciate it.
With just us talking at you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the comments. Make sure to support each other.
Yeah,
check out the other guys going live streaming. I'm sure Andrew will probably be live, like I said, in about 20 minutes. And